What do you mean I can't date him? Why are you guys so mean to me? I screamed at my parents.
We're not being mean to you. Why are you teenagers just so difficult?
My dad hammered.
Listen to your parents. We know everything that's best for you, and that high school dropout is definitely not one of them.
I stormed out of the living room, murmuring some very terrible words. I pushed my door open with all the strength I had in me and kicked it closed with my foot. I felt an inexplicable pain. It was almost like my foot was leaving my body. What is happening? I wondered. My pain was so severe that I couldn't stand on my feet anymore, so I gently sat on the floor. I caught sight of a tiny object a few feet away from me, but I couldn't go to find out what it was immediately because I couldn't walk, and I was in too much pain to even think of crawling. I grabbed my foot to figure out what the door had done to me, and I was so shocked, well beyond my imagination. Once I saw my foot, I gained the energy to crawl over to the tiny object I had previously seen. I picked it up and was even more astounded. Was that my smallest toe? Nobody has ever gone through what I went through. Believe me, I checked. It was a sad time in my life, and I want to share it all with you. So click the button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell so we can go on with the story. I was beautiful. At least I thought I was. Unfortunately, people couldn't see it because something was always covering it. Acne. I had been plagued by acne since I knew the definition of beauty. They were huge, fat, yellow, ugly, and absolutely irritating. Whenever I went to the hair salon or just to hang out with friends, I would always get comments like,
"You would have been so beautiful, but acne spoiled your face."
I wish I had your face, but without the acne.
Guys wanted to hang out with me because they knew that I was intelligent and could help boost their grades, but they never wanted to date me. All the popular girls liked me because my parents had money and I just wasn't allowed to be seen around them because of my severe acne. It was frustrating and I started to dread stepping out of the house. We were having our family's monthly movie nights on YouTube a few months ago when an advert by a skincare brand interrupted us. My brother took the remote and tried to skip it. I quickly grabbed his hands and stopped him. "Wait, I need to watch this," I said.
Is acne spoiling your beauty? I can stop that forever. Come to my office on Monday morning and I'll have you looking like someone born with glass skin in less than 2 months. We are giving a 50% discount to the first 3 people who arrive at our office, so make sure to come bright and early. See you tomorrow.
"Mom!" I screamed.
Yes, honey?
She replied from the kitchen. She had gone to the kitchen to grab a few snacks while I finished with my skincare advert. She walked up to me and gave me a bowl of chips. My brother quickly grabbed the bowl of chips from my hand and returned to the movie. "Jerk," I nudged him. "Mom, can you please take me to this dermatologist's office first thing tomorrow morning?" I asked hopefully.
Why do you think you need a dermatologist, honey?
My mom asked kindly. "Why?" I almost screamed. "Look at my face!"
Honey, you're beautiful. You're just going through something most young girls experience at your age. Even your mom went through it. Don't worry. They'll all disappear soon.
My dad said with a mouthful of chips. "I know that I'm beautiful, Dad. I just want to get rid of this acne. You know what? Never mind. Let's just get back to the movie." A few minutes later, I told them that I was very tired and sleepy. I yawned and pretended like I was going to my room, but once they stopped looking, I snuck into my parents' bedroom and opened their safe. I took a whole wad of cash, locked the safe, then whistled as I walked back to my room, trying to behave normal, but making a complete fool of myself. Luckily, no one noticed since they were glued to the TV. By 5 a.m. the next morning, I snuck out of the house while everyone was asleep and started walking to the dermatologist's office. I walked for almost 30 minutes before arriving. By 5:30 a.m.? Wow, people really like a good deal, I thought. In less than 10 minutes, 10 more people had come. 8 of them had to go back and come back during normal hours because we were already 5. By 7 a.m., my phone started ringing.
Samantha, where are you? We can't find you anywhere.
I'm at Brianna's. She said a girl code emergency, so I rushed here. Her parents dropped us off at school after that, so I'm in class already. My dad understood what girl code meant. He wasn't going to ask what the emergency was. He knew I couldn't tell him. He didn't know what to say.
Well, thank goodness you're safe.
He sighed. I looked up and the 4 ladies were staring at me. One of them said,
Didn't know I was in high school.
And we all burst into laughter. They were all older than me. The office opened by 9 a.m., and after the ladies who came before me, I was finally let in.
Hello, Miss Samantha. I saw the form you filled. Aren't you missing school?
My parents understood how important this procedure is for me, so they let me come,
Okay.
she said, not sounding convinced.
You can call me Dr. Derma.
Dr. Derma?
Yes, Miss Samantha.
Like derma for dermatologist?
Yes, Miss Samantha.
What about your real name?
That is my real name, Miss Samantha.
All right. At this point, this lady was already freaking me out, and I wanted to go home. But I really wanted this glass skin solution that Dr. Derma was selling, so I stayed. Dr. Derma told me that we would meet on Monday morning every week, so I'd have a whole month to think about my decision. I told her that I'd made up my mind already and needed the procedure done as soon as possible, and that I could even pay more for it. She shook her head and said, "Okay."
Why do you want glass skin, Miss Samantha?
That's an easy question. I told her all about my struggles with acne, wanting to be beautiful and more popular, and all the hurtful comments that people kept giving me about my looks, and how the acne spoiled everything. She listened attentively and even took notes. She told me that I was eligible for the procedure, but I'd need my parents' signature on a form. I took the form home and signed for both my parents. I could sign everyone's signature, so I didn't need their permission. I took it to the clinic the next day, and 1 hour later, I was on a hospital bed having long, elastic, and sharp needles stabbed into my skin from my forehead to my toenails. It was fun because I wasn't able to feel anything while all that happened. I met this woman every Monday for a whole month, and she kept repeating the same process. After a month, we were done. I tried to pay her, but she stopped me, saying,
I just wanted to help.
I tried really hard to get her to accept the money, but she rejected it. I gave up, thanked her, and left. Immediately I got home, I put my parents' money back in their safe. I went to school the next day and things seemed normal. No one noticed me and nothing new happened. I then remembered what Dr. Derma said. She said that the procedure was intense and natural, not magical. It will take a month or less for me to start seeing results after our last session. It took less than a month for me to start seeing results. 2 weeks after the last session, I noticed that my acne was 50% gone. As a matter of fact, my skin started glowing. "Oh my God!" I screamed in my mind. "It's working!" I immediately ran to my mom and excitedly told her that my face was clearing.
Oh, yeah.
She said absent-mindedly.
You look beautiful as always, Samantha.
I rolled my eyes and walked away. 2 more weeks passed and I became absolutely spotless. All of a sudden, everyone wanted to hang out with me, not just because I was smart or rich this time, but because I was beautiful. It was an amazing experience. The cool girls and guys were inviting me to all the hottest parties in town, and I didn't miss a single one. My best friend Brianna and I started having less and less time to hang out, but I didn't even notice. It seemed like I was getting more beautiful with each passing day. My skin was glowing. It was so clean, clear, and spotless, almost like glass. I couldn't believe that I got this skin treatment for free. I had everything that I had ever wanted now. The beauty, the popularity, the brilliance, and the money. But one very important thing was missing from the equation: a boyfriend. I was the hottest and most popular girl in school now. Every guy wanted me, so all I had to do was pick one. For some reason, the boys in my high school never appealed to me. They simply seemed too high schooly. I didn't accept any of their proposals because I wanted something more dangerous, and that is exactly what I got when I met Travis. I was walking home from school alone when a Tesla sped past me, then carefully reversed till it was right beside me. The window of the driver's seat came down, and that was how I met my new boyfriend. Travis dropped out of high school when he realized that dropshipping could make him a millionaire. And he was right. He became a millionaire in under a year. My parents didn't appreciate him being a high school dropout, so they sent him out of our house when I invited him over for dinner and told him to never return. I was so angry with them that I ran straight into my bedroom and kicked the door with all my might. As you already figured, this is how I lost my smallest toe. I threw it on the floor because I was freaked out and it shattered completely. I didn't want to conclude that what I was thinking was real, so I decided to try something out. I used a hammer to hit another one of my toes and it cracked. I was beyond astounded. I was turning into glass. I let out a very loud scream. My parents ran in to see what was happening and realized that I was missing a toe. They also saw my cracked toe.
What the heck is happening?
My dad asked. It was quite obvious that he was already in panic mode. I told them everything. They said they were going to get the doctor arrested, but I explained that they couldn't because she thought I had their permission. They were furious.
You stole our money, forged our signature, missed school, and even got a life-changing procedure done to you without our permission. Young girl, once we get you treated, best believe that you'll be grounded for life.
My mom humphed and puffed. My parents told the principal what happened and sent me back to school.
Be careful now, honey, while we try to get a cure for you.
My mom rubbed my head as she left the school premises. I came to class and everyone stared at me strangely. People were avoiding me like I had the plague. During lunchtime, I sought out Brianna and asked her what was happening. She told me that the principal told the whole school about my glass body condition, and they didn't want to catch it. She quickly walked away after telling me. I guess she didn't want to catch it too. But who could blame her? I abandoned her for a long time. I'm sure she didn't want to be friends with me anymore. I sent a text message to Travis. I told him to meet me at our spot so we could hang out. He replied with,
Don't you know this relationship is over? I can't be dating someone with a disease. Please don't contact me again.
Wow, just like that. My parents picked me up after school. On our way home, they told me that Dr. Derma's clinic was closed down for illegal and harmful practices. She fled town before she could be arrested, and no one had been able to find her since. I burst into tears. I was going to be glass forever. I ran straight into my room immediately when we got home and kicked the door shut with all my might again. Old habits die hard. This time, my whole foot shattered. I sat on the floor and wailed. I begged for my old acne-ridden face and normal body back. I was ready to do anything. Just then, my mirror started moving like a river. Someone stepped out of it. It was Dr. Derma. She walked towards me, bent down, and pinched me on the cheek.
I hope you've learned from this experience, Miss Samantha. Your parents have always told you that you were beautiful, and they were right. Your acne never stopped people from loving you. It also never stopped you from having real friends. Beauty isn't everything. Love is. Happiness is. And you've always had everything you've ever needed.
And with that, she walked back into the mirror and the mirror became normal again. I was so stunned that I hadn't even been able to say anything. I looked at my body and I was normal again. My foot and toe were back. I ran to the mirror and noticed that my acne didn't return either. I learned a lot from this experience, and I just want you to know that you're beautiful however you are. There are no standards for beauty apart from the ones that humans like us create. And if you want to change anything about your body, make sure it's for you alone and not anybody else. Like and subscribe. Bye!